just how you feel.
High school, where tonight the Golden Bears host the Delta Panthers here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Malenga alongside Bryan Arnold. And Bryan, you know, this Delta team has struggled. They're winless on the season, but the Golden Bears also struggling at 2-12. And, you know, it's going to be a win here, a game here that Bryan really needs to win.
Yeah, league game, and we've not had a lot of success lately. 6-game losing streak. This would be a good night to get right, end that losing streak, and get on the right side of the ledger in the league.
You know, with the exception of the Archbold game, I think Bryan has done a good job of being in games. You know, they lost to Van Wert by 10, but before that Archbold game, the last 3 games, they were just a couple of points away. And so I think that they're on the cusp of something that just hasn't come to fruition yet.
Yeah, we talked about that before the Archbold game. They'd been in the last 3. They'd had the lead late in the 3 before that. And that Archbold game just got away from them, got ugly early. We had no offense, and you know the good pressure defense of Archbold just put us in some bad positions. So you know, it's there, and we've got seniors. We've got kids who aren't going to get rattled just stepping on the floor. It's just a matter of finding a way to put 4 quarters together, and tonight's the kind of night, honestly, where you need to make that happen.
Absolutely. You know, just kind of looking quickly at Delta's roster, the thing that stands out to me is they're a young team, and they, I think they have 1 senior and no juniors. Is that correct?
They've got 3 seniors, one that plays minutes, plays a lot of minutes, one that's kind of middling, and then another that doesn't play a lot. No juniors in the program, none on the roster at all. We were at Delta last night for the girls game. The girls program was the same way, so that's really tough for both sides of the ledger for as far as Delta's concerned. And they're counting on a lot of production from 3 sophomores right now, 5 points, 6 points, and 7 points out of 3 sophomores starters that are playing a lot of minutes for them. So you're going to take your lumps in a league like ours when you're playing some youth like that.
Absolutely. And, you know, I talked to Coach just a little bit earlier this week, and he said that, you know, they're pretty good defensively, but they're struggling to score. And that really sounds like something that Coach Fisher might say.
Yeah, that sounds a little familiar right now. Looking at their stats coming in, they're only scoring 27 points a game. They give up 42 points a game. And I saw in his quote in the paper, and maybe he mentioned it to you also, that Coach Sheridan likes to slow the game down, tries to limit possessions. I think we're going to see a lot of working the ball around, a lot of passing, you know, purposely trying to create a game where there's not very many possessions, keep the score low, and then from Delta's standpoint, keep it close, and who knows, maybe you have a shot at the end. It took Hicksville to overtime. Hicksville was a game that I believe we took Hicksville to overtime as well. That was one of our games earlier in the year. Yeah, that was also an overtime game. But other than that, there haven't been a lot of close ones on the ledger for them. So they're, you know, a lot of 30s and a lot of 20s. And I know Coach is concerned about that. He's probably going to want the kids to get the ball out and go when they get the chance to try to get the possessions up.
Yeah, because the limited number of possessions is something that definitely would hurt somebody like Bryan.
Yeah, we don't score a whole lot better, so we can't have our opportunities limited that much. I have to imagine part of our game plan is to get out and go a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, we are in the Bryan Ford Lincoln pregame show. I did have a chance to sit down with Coach Fisher earlier today and talk to him a little bit about this game. So we're going to take our first time out of the broadcast. When we come back, we will have the Bryan Ford Lincoln Extra Point preview after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always.
I got to imagine it's got a lot.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-603.
Configuring the Bluetooth. Deciding who controls the music. Remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the third or fourth level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Contact Rick Taylor Insurance Agency of Bryan for more information today.
I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. We know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow, so we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning.
I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your four wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan.
Imagine owning a newer home with 5 private acres, nearly 3,000 square feet of living space, plus a finished basement, a pole barn, covered porch, and more. Now stop imagining and call the AmeriMade Realty team and ask about 4657 Rosedale Road in Hicksville. This incredible 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home is available for sale and located in the Central Local School District. Phone AmeriMade Realty today at 636-7653. 636 sold. AmeriMade Realty, your home.
Welcome back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malenga alongside Coach Brandon Fisher. And Coach, it's good to see you back.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I like being home and hanging out, but hanging out in the same room, quarantine, and not seeing anybody was a little much. I felt like I was grounded like a teenager or something.
Absolutely. You know, it's really got to be hard, though, when you're in the middle of a basketball season to have to be quarantined.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, I miss being there. I miss being at practice. I could barely watch the games. To be honest with you, I watched, but it was hard to watch just because you want to be there and, you know, you want to help out. And it's a lot of work that goes into this off season and stuff like that. People don't know. And then when you get there, you definitely don't want to be missing out on the fun part. So, yeah, I thought the kids did a nice job of adapting and making sure they were still competing and struggled a little bit. But, you know, at times you could see how hard this has been during the year of having guys out and having quarantine here and there. And there's a lot bigger picture to worry about this year. So being out was awful as far as wanting to be there and missing it, not being able to help. But at the same time, I'm pretty lucky having had it and not having serious symptoms and things like a lot of people have had too. So not much I can really complain about because it's been a lot worse for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Well, you guys come into this game with Delta on a 6-game losing streak. Now, with the exception of the Arch Bowl game, the team was in every game right towards the end. What do you attribute that to? I talked a little bit, you know, with Mook about this, about how it's like the end of the games and you're leading and it comes down to the end of the game. Is it just a situation where you need to finish?
Yeah, there's, you know, like I said, last couple of years, we've had a lot of close wins where the kids have really battled through that stuff. And a lot of these guys, we got to remember now, a bunch of these kids haven't played varsity yet. In the beginning of the year, we were out with quarantine, missed 3 weeks of practices, still haven't had our whole team really. And, you know, the early games, we were really getting beat up pretty bad and just out of shape. And the fact that they've come along and been able to overcome that is a big deal. And I know it's not the same as, like I said, a lot of previous years, we've won a lot of close games, but this year we haven't had a summer. You know, I'm not making a lot of excuses, but when you have a lot of new kids that are coming up, you don't have a whole summer and a whole off season basically at all. That's tough to overcome. They're learning stuff, you know, during the year that you would normally be doing in June. So this is the year where a lot of teams all of a sudden have had some seniors, and you know, it was the best year to have a lot of seniors coming back because that's a huge deal this year. We got a lot of new guys. So, you know, we've had huge strides when we actually had time to practice where, you know, at the Waseon game, I thought 3 quarters we played the best we played by far. And biggest thing is other teams have turned up the pressure. They've got we played a lot of teams that have a lot of people coming back and they've turned up the pressure late and we really haven't been able to finish offensively, you know, at times in those games. So that's the biggest thing. If we can finish off free throws, you know, layups and things like that. So the Waseon game, Salina, you know, BG, those kind of things, there's been times they played really well it's just got to be. It's sometimes you got to go through that, man. Especially this year, where, like I said, they're learning stuff and figuring out things together. We normally would have done in June or July, and we've still got a lot of guys missing too.
Well, we were talking, I think, kind of off the air previously that, all these teams are going to focus on Titus Roar in the middle. And so if you're not getting shots to fall down on the outside, that's a 1-2 punch, really.
Yeah, it really has. And like I said, we switched to the zone, and that's been a godsend for us, because last year we ran that, and early in the year we were really struggling trying to guard people. And like I said, we played a lot of teams that had a lot of people coming back, and in a COVID year, and we didn't. So that part of it is tough to overcome. At the same time, you don't want to make excuses forever. That's the season's halfway over, and I think they're competing. They've gone through a lot. Like I said, we've won a good amount here in the last 4 years, 4 winning seasons in a row, and we were looking for 5 to make it first time since the 1950s that would have happened in the Bryan boys program. So some few things have happened here and there that we got to try and get through and make sure we get back to having that edge, because some people struggle having the edge, but you can see the big time difference in previous years, and when you have people that are experienced and have kind of hardened themselves to make sure they're used to those situations, and then you have guys that are new, it's a struggle at times. It's not anything they're doing wrong. It's just something that you're going against teams that have a lot of people coming back, and they got to learn that too.
Absolutely. Well, you have Delta coming in, and Delta is winless on the season. And the one thing that really shocked me looking down their roster is how many freshmen and sophomores they have. They have 1 senior, I think, and no juniors. This is a young team, and they have not had a win yet this year.
Yeah, their coach is really good. He's been around. He's been a lot of places in Indiana. He's coach at Maumee, so I know him really well. And he's a perfect guy for that situation where, they knew they were going to struggle a little bit, but he's really good at making sure they're methodical when they need to be. They're mixing up defenses a little bit, kind of like we want to give people a different look. And they run a lot of zone like we have. Since we run that zone, we've held, a lot of teams in the mid-30s, which is excellent. We just need to score. They've done that too. I know they're winless, but with their young guys, and if you watch them on film, they're playing pretty hard. And he does a really nice job. We got to make sure we can get enough possessions, because they're very good at limiting the other team's possessions, holding on to the ball.
That's what I was just going to ask you. I mean, when you look at their team, they're only scoring 27 points a game, but they're only giving up 42, which means that you're right. I think that is the holding on to the ball. And so how do you take that away? Is it more pressure defense, or how do you take that away?
Yeah, it's hard to do out of a zone, but we're going to try and pressure a little bit more and see if we can get some easier buckets. We talked about that, before I went into quarantine. We wanted to maybe trap some more and do some of those things, which we've tried. And yeah, we got to try and, we got to get more possessions. They're going to be really happy of keeping the possessions down. Normally we are too, going against a lot of more experienced teams. This game is not one of those. We want to get some more. So we're going to try and pressure them a little bit, make sure they struggle handling the ball. So we need a win. We do. I know a lot of people, it's hard to explain that too, because they've won a lot the last couple of years. And like I said, you got to get the edge back a little bit, and these guys need a win. So regardless of who we're playing, the Van Wert one hurts a lot because they hadn't won a game yet, especially pretty soon we're going into district vote here. We don't want to get matched up with the playing game for Shawnee. So this is big to start getting some wins under our belt. The Van Wert one hurts. The Wasion one, I think, would have been a huge turning point and gets a lot of momentum. But like I said, that's just people that if you've coached before, this stuff happens regardless of if you've won previously or not. You've got to go through that once in a while. So we just need a win. We got to get up and make sure we pressure a little bit more this Friday.
Well, we hope that you guys get that win, and hopefully we'll be talking with you after a victory.
All right, see ya.
All right, Coach Brandon Fisher here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Back after this with more as Bryan plays Delta.
This, Mr. Stanton, is the Ford F-150. It is the all-time best-selling truck in history of the world. Recently intercepted engineering designs show that it, the new Ford Mach-E, and the Ford Bronco are about to cause dramatic changes to the transportation industry. Your mission, if you and your team choose to accept it, is to expose these revolutionary vehicles to the world. This message will self-destruct you.
I wanted to learn the skills to get ahead in my career, and thanks to Northwest State, I'm well on my way to a great job with a local company.
NSCC is my community's college. Contact our advising center today or stop by.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
I will earn a bachelor's degree, and I'm doing the bachelor's bound transfer pathway at Northwest State. I'm saving thousands on tuition while getting a great education.
NSCC is my community's college.
Contact our advising center today or stop by.
Sports Network, Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold here as the Golden Bears play host to the Panthers of Delta. And this one's going to be an interesting game because Delta is sitting at 0-12 on the season and Bryan at 2-12. And so it's just an interesting dynamic here. Two teams that are definitely struggling this year, and it'll be interesting to see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, one of the things when you get into a game like this is you end up with two teams looking at, hey, this is one we can get.
Yeah.
So what we hope as we're watching the game is that gives us a good competitive basketball game where kids are battling for 4 quarters, where the coaches are hoping is their kids come out and they execute and they get to be on the other end of putting somebody away.
Absolutely. You know, and talking about the Bryan success against Delta, they've won the last 5 against Delta, and last year they won 42-21, and Titus Rohr had 16 points. And you know, now we've seen this year that everybody's kind of keying on Titus Rohr, and so it'll be interesting to see if those outside shooters, those other guys, can get some stuff going on and force them to defend out there.
And they're going to have to. Delta doesn't have great size, so Titus should have some opportunities in the paint. But we know from what we've seen is when he has the ball, there's probably 8 eyes, if not 10 eyes on him defensively. When he doesn't have the ball, there's 4 eyes and 4 hands all over him. And we've got our other 4, whoever's on the floor, have to stop that. They're the ones that have to hit some shots. They've got to move to some open areas and force that double and triple team to hurt the defense. So hopefully we find that guy tonight that'll knock down some shots. And if Craig Jackson, who's dressed and going through warm-ups with the team right now, is back and gets to play some minutes tonight, he's the kind of kid that could open up some things in the post for Titus by knocking down shots on the outside.
Absolutely. And then looking down Delta's roster, their tallest kid is 6'4", and it is Chase Stickley, who's averaging 6.1 points per game. So Titus should have a height advantage over anybody that comes in to cover him.
Yeah, so I would say we're going to see probably some defense playing behind, and then you're going to have a lot of double down on him when he does catch it in the post. And when he feels that double and, like we've seen before, triple team, that's when he's got to be able to spot some shooters. And the nice thing is he'll see over the top of those, and he'll be able to maybe see some passes on the backside, hit the backside wing, backside block. And if that can create some offense going through him to the next shooter, and we can put some points on the board, then that's really going to put Delta in a tough spot.
And I think that's really been the key for the Golden Bears, is they just haven't had that outside shooting threat. And so everybody, as you said, doubles and triples down on Titus, and then if the rest of the team's not shooting well, that definitely becomes a problem. On the defensive side, talking to Coach, he said they're going to continue in the zone, which seems to have worked well for them, but they also need to get some pressure on the ball, which is difficult to do out of the zone. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic works on the defensive end, because they don't want Delta just to hold the basketball for minutes on end.
Right, and if you're going to sit in a zone, I think with the style that Delta likes to play, they'll stand and hold it.
Absolutely.
And I thought our boys did a nice job last week. We got hurt a bunch early in the zone. Archbold knocked down some shots, and they were able to penetrate gaps and get some looks. And when we went to the man-to-man, I thought we played pretty solid. We did a nice job, even against a good, athletic, perimeter-oriented team like Archbold. We defended them pretty decently once we came out of the zone. So that's one way to force the action a little bit, is to come out of that, get up, put some ball pressure on your people on the perimeter, and force them to move and pass and shoot a little quicker than what they want.
Defensively, the Bears have played very well. You know, they gave up 55 to Van Wert, 52 to Archbold, and that Archbold team was good. You know, they gave up 37 to Bowling Green, 38 to Wasion, and 46 to Salina. And I think if you looked at that and said, you know, those are the points you're going to give up, many times you'd feel pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you'd have to be happy only giving up 40s and 50s in a high school basketball game. It's just, like we mentioned earlier, scoring for us has been at a premium a lot of nights too, just like it has been for Delta. So we've got to match that defensive intensity and let that create some good offensive possessions. And you know, I'm sure you've heard it, I've heard it, coaches say it 1,000 times. Good defense leads to some offense in basketball because it's a lot easier to play D and get after it on that end when you see the ball going through the rim on the other end.
All right, we are in the Bryan Ford Lincoln pregame show. I want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight. They include Bryan Ford Lincoln, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Grimm Paints, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, Curl Funeral Service, and Northwest State Community College. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and national anthem for you here on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters invites you to become Bryan Strong. In the past 3 years, the Bryan Athletic Booster Board of Directors has purchased new women's basketball uniforms, new football uniforms, and the Athletic Wall of Fame you can see in the hallway next to the gymnasium at Bryan High School. They have also made donations to the Bryan Soccer Association for the Lighting Project and the Bryan Swim and Dive teams to offset the cost of YMCA diving board and pool equipment. With your contributions, we can accomplish even more. Become a Bryan Strong corporate patron today. Go Bears!
Here at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we understand that each person is unique in their own way.
We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
Funerals are only limited by one's imagination and what they feel is appropriate.
Please allow us to work with you when the time comes to provide compassionate and personalized service for you and your family.
Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always here when you need us.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold here with you, and we're getting set for Delta and Bryan. Excited to bring this one to you, this league contest. It'll be should be a good one because we've got two teams that are struggling, looking for some wins here, and their first league wins. So we're going to send things down to our public address announcer, Aaron Hughes, and for our national anthem.
There's in your Bryan Golden Bears. Just as a reminder, folks, all persons in attendance are required to wear their masks at all times. Everybody is required to wear their masks at all times unless you're eating or drinking or have a medical condition. Please wear your mask. Keep these gentlemen's season safe. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, America is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and that freedom has been afforded to us by the dedication and sacrifice of brave servicemen and women currently deployed and those that have come before us. To thank these extraordinary men and women, would you please rise in the playing of our national anthem? The officials assigned for this game have met all the requirements set by Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved for their role in tonight's game. Our officials are Mr. Thomas Donovan, Mr. Jim Troyer, and Mr. Anthony Kaiser. Gentlemen, welcome to Bryan, Ohio. Now to meet the teams, first for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Delta Panthers. Starters for Delta, number 1, James Ruppel. Number 3, Bryan Knapp. Number 12, Bryce Gillen. Number 24, Nolan Reisner. And number 31, Chase Stickley. Varsity coaches Derek Sheridan, varsity assistant Matt Brighton, junior varsity coach Adam Conrad, and JV assistant Jared Schreiner. And now for your Golden Bears. Head of guard, 5'9", junior number 2, A.J. Martinez. Head of guard, 6-foot sophomore number 4, Evan Cox. Head of forward, 6'3", senior number 22, Cannon Lamberson. Head of forward, 6'4", senior number 32, Dakota Shaw. And the big guy down low, 6'7", senior number 12, Titus Roar. Varsity coaches Brandon Fisher, assistants Eric Rupert, Chad Bassett, Steve Lamberson, and JV coach Jaden Belderez. Gentlemen, let's play ball.
All right, the starting lineups presented tonight by American Family Insurance. Danielle Van Atta, agent, about ready to get this one away. Golden Bears in their white uniforms with the purple numerals and purple and gold trim. Delta in their uniforms that are green. They almost look lime green with a white numerals and white trim. We're about ready to get this one away here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Thanks for joining us, whether it's on BMU Channel 3, bryansports.com, or Q96.5. Thank you for joining us. In center circle, it's going to be Titus Roar facing off. And it comes down to the Golden Bears. A.J. Martinez will bring it up. Martinez will go left side, then underneath the Titus Roar, puts the first shot up and no good. Rebound will come down to Delta. Bryan Knapp will bring it down the way. Gets knocked out of bounds. And we've got a couple numbers we need to look at that are different than what were on the roster. So this could be interesting. The Bears will bring it up though.
Let's count on Mr. Hughes down at the PA to help us out on some misses.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bears have it. Lamberson on the right-hand side. Now to Evan Cox on the left. Cox will dribble around, give it to Martinez at the top of the key. Now we'll go back to Cox. Now to Titus Roar on the low wing. Then back around. Now Cannon Lamberson on the other side. They get it underneath to Titus. Puts up a shot and in. Bears take an early 2-0 lead on the main stop scoreboard with 7:10 remaining first quarter.
Delta came out in the 2-3 zone, and Bears were really patient. Did a nice job letting Titus run the baseline. He was able to pin the middle of that zone for an easy bucket. Bears return the favor. They're in their 2-3 also. Interesting to see, like you said, how patient is Delta going to be. Here they go right now already, just pulling it out to half court, happy to hold it.
That works. So Knapp will pass over to James Ruppel. And then right back to Knapp. So they're just back and forth, and they're willing to kill some time here and just go basically a kind of a stall offense. And they'll come out and play some token pressure, but really they can just stand there the whole time. And they've got a Bryce Gillen running around.
Well, I don't know what the over-under was set on this one tonight, but there'll be some people getting nervous awful early.
Ruppel with it on the right wing. Over to Gillen. Gillen will give to Bryan Knapp. Knapp will go right back to Gillen. Gillen launches a three, no good. Rebound comes down to Roar, and they pulled a full minute and a half off that clock on that possession.
They said Coach Sheridan likes to eat up possessions. That did it right there.
Long three by Evan Cox is no good. Bears will get the rebound, and they'll reset with Martinez on the left side.
Good offensive rebound there by Dakota Shaw. Had position. Long rebounds off the threes make it tough defensively. You don't know where it's going to go.
Try to feed it into Rorick. It's kicked off the foot of Bryce Gillen. So Lamberson will inbound here right in front of the Delta bench. Lamberson will get it into Martinez. Martinez goes to Cox, left wing, then right back to Martinez. Martinez works around a screen from Rohr and then runs into trouble. And he has nowhere to go, and we're going to get a jump ball that will go to Delta. Martinez came in and immediately 3 people surrounded him and just wasn't able to find anybody, find any daylight. Martinez, a 5'9" junior. He had a couple of the tall kids around him and some trouble there.
Once you're that deep, at that point you've committed. You either need to get your shot off or you need to keep your dribble alive and get out of trouble.
This time Delta moves it down quickly. Chase Stixley takes a shot underneath and misses. Rebound will come down to the Bears, heading the other way. Cannon Lamberson with the board. Bears have it. 2-0, 4:58 and counting, first quarter. It gets tipped out of bounds and will stay right here with the Bears. They were looking for Evan Cox, and Gillen just stepped in front of it.
They're trying to use, Coach Fisher's trying to use Titus at the top of that at the elbow to create a little bit of a screen action for the backside wing.
High pass in, and then right back out to Cox, who buries the 3. 5-0 Bears. 4:40 and counting.
That's good inside out. Good job by Titus looking backside after catching the lob in the paint. Little token pressure there too by the Bears, just enough to try to force tempo, get a good turnover.
And Ruppel throws it out of bounds. So Bears will have it, 4:35 remaining. Another feed into Titus, then back into Dakota Shaw. Shaw will put it up strong, miss. Rebound to Cannon Lamberson, counted in the foul. Boy, nice job there. They got it into Titus, and A.J. Martinez has done a great job with the high pass into Titus, and then Titus saw that Shaw was down there on the left block and just found him.
Some good high-low action there, almost some old-school Kansas high-low. Titus caught at the elbow, saw Shaw with a good seal. A little strong off the glass, but great offensive rebound by Cannon Lamberson.
Lamberson misses the foul shot, so it's 7-0 Bears with 4:17, and Delta back into their stall offense. They're just passing it back and forth between Knapp and Ruppel. Knapp made a move toward the basket and then right back to Ruppel. They're looking to get Gillen underneath, and Gillen's just running behind the Bryan zone, back and forth across the baseline. And now Reisner works his way into the middle. Now they've got it back out to Ruppel. Now underneath to Reisner again, back to Gillen. Back into Reisner again, and again, Delta very patient here.
Yeah, not looking to take anything, I guess, unnecessary. And 24's had a couple of looks there at the elbow, kind of by himself from about 15 feet the last time.
And now it's a turnover. Martinez will take it from Shaw. Shaw intercepted the pass, and they'll get it down to Lamberson. Now back out to Martinez. Martinez will give to Cox. Now they cross court, tall pass for Lamberson. He gives it right back to Cox, who makes the move with his head. Step shot, good. It was a 2 though. And Delta's going to take their first time out of the game at 3:03 remaining here. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. 3:03, the main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 9, Delta nothing. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
At Krill Funeral Service, we know family is a broad term. A family member comes in all sizes and shapes. They can also be fluffy with 4 legs and a tail, but they're all part of your family. They can go on vacations with us. They're at the center of the parties, and often they're the ones that are there during the toughest of times. When the time comes to say goodbye to those very special family members, we at Krill Funeral Services are here with an environmentally friendly choice for aftercare. Krill Funeral Services.
Helping others isn't just kindness, it's my life. That's why I chose Northwest State.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Bryan 9, Delta nothing here in the first quarter. And the Bears have had some good shooting, good outside shooting. A long 3, a long 2. And Delta has the basketball down 9 with 3:03 remaining.
4 of 7 here early for the Bears. 1 of 1 for 3. Good start, really good start.
Bears with a 3-quarter court token pressure in a zone. They're running basically a 1-2-1 right now, or 1-2-2. And we're going to get a 10-second call. And Coach Sheridan was not pleased with that. After a timeout, you can't get the ball over. And it wasn't like the Bears were trapping or anything.
No, they're trying to move the tempo up here. Like when you're used to playing that slow, I guess you kind of lose track of time.
Underneath to Rory, puts it up and in. Didn't look good when it left his fingertips, but he got it right there.
Yeah, shooter's roll.
About the 7-foot line.
That's a huge advantage the Bears have tonight. Lob it up to Titus in the paint, and he's able to shoot and pass over the top of everyone.
Gillen catches a tall pass as they break that token pressure, and now Cox is out against Ruppel. Top of the key, then back to Ruppel. And bounce pass almost stolen away. Reisner with it, he comes in, and it gets knocked out of bounds and will stay right here. Interestingly enough, now that Cox is coming out and playing on him, he has 5 seconds to do something or get rid of the basketball, and so that kind of is Bryan forcing Delta's hand, really.
That's probably, great look.
Yeah, that was not a good situation there. Yep, Reisner comes in off the inbound and gets a quick, easy look right from underneath the basket. Now Delta puts a little bit of pressure on. They break it. Cannon Lamberson goes the other way, puts up a shot, no good. Shaw will come in and get the rebound, and then they're going to call a foul on the Bears, and that'll be on Titus Rohr. That'll be his first, team first. We've got one team foul either way. 11-2 Bears lead with 1:57 remaining here in the first quarter on the main stop scoreboard. Quickly break it down again. Risner gets it knocked out of bounds, and it will stay right here. And now they need to make sure that they have him on track, because he was the one that right underneath the basket last time made the bucket to give them their first points. Yeah, we fell asleep
a little bit on the backside block. I don't think we communicated well. Post player thought the guard had it. Guard thought the post had it. Ended up in an easy bucket.
Loose basketball as Bryce Gillen unable to hold it, and the Bears get it. Martinez falls on it though and travels, so it'll be Delta inbounding on the sideline. Coach Fisher is discussing the traveling violation with the official.
Philosophical discussion down there on the definition of traveling.
Well,
I don't think he's going to win it.
I don't think so either, but I think he's right.
I did have an official tell me one time you could fall on your back and slide all the way down the floor, and it's not traveling until you try to get up or roll over.
Yep, that's what I'm.
And I imagine that's what Coach Fisher is trying to discuss to some deaf ears.
3 ball in the air for Delta's no good. Rebound gets knocked out. I didn't see who knocked that out, but they knocked it right to Cox. Now they'll give it to Titus Rohr out, and Rohr will give back to Martinez. Now to Evan Cox. Cox feeds underneath to Rohr. The whole defense collapsed. Rohr gets hammered, no call, and they're going to say that he traveled with the basketball. The entire Delta defense collapsed. Rohr got smacked at least twice. No whistle for them, and that's got to be frustrating.
That would be a little frustrating. I think you're right. I think of the 5 who were around him, 3 got a piece of him on the way up.
Absolutely. Quickly, Delta comes down and lets it roll out of bounds. Gillen tried to chase after it, not able to get it. 55 seconds, otherwise known as a Delta possession. 11-2.
Correct. Correct. That saved us a little bit right there. So
absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if the Bears just hold for one.
The Bears are getting good looks every time. Great kick out. Nice touch pass. Boy, you'd like to finish that. That was a great look by your big man.
Cox missed the shot.
Got a good look.
Yep,
good look. Keep shooting it.
That's right. Delta will come the other way. I guarantee they're playing for the last shot. Gillen will have the basketball, then give over to Knapp. Knapp back to Ruppel. Now right back to Knapp. 24 seconds here, first quarter. Gillen with the basketball. Over to Ruppel. Ruppel. Then right back to Gillen. Gillen underneath, quickly to Knapp on the far side. 3 ball is good. Makes it 11-5 with 9 seconds remaining. Bears will try to move it up quickly. Delta will try to prevent that. Martinez feeds it to Rohr. Rohr, 2 seconds, comes inside, puts up a shot, no good. And at the end of the first quarter of play, it's 11-5 Bears on the main stop scoreboard. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
If you have a do-it-yourself painting job that really matters, you need professional-grade PPG paint from Grimm Paint Supply, located just north of Bryan at the intersection of County Road G and County Road 15. Whether it's interior, exterior, deck or barn paint, industry alkyds, and Durethane, Grimm Paint Supply has everything you need, including brushes, rollers, and trays, and can mix your specific color right there on the spot. When you use a professional-grade paint, it may cost a couple bucks more up front, but it will keep you off the ladder and end up saving you money in the long term. If the paint job really counts, call Grimm Paint Supply, 419-633-4979.
Here at the Williams County Veterans Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veterans Service Office.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, start of the second quarter. Bryan leads Delta 11-5 on the main stop scoreboard. Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold with you. Underneath to Titus Rohr, then back out to Cannon Lamberson, now back to Cox. Delta is in 1-2-2 or a 2-3. Kind of switching it up.
Yeah, kind of morphing around a little bit and trying to keep the middle of that back line anywhere near top.
Cannon Lamberson just buries the three. That makes it 14-5, and Bears will put that token pressure on.
And that's one of the things we talked about, finding another guy to knock down shots. Boy, that would be huge if Cannon got hot, if Cannon got some confidence from out there and started knocking down shots.
Three ball the other way is no good. That was Gillen. It gets knocked out of bounds, and they say Delta stepped on the line, so it'll go to the Bears. Checking in for the Bears is Braden Showalter. He'll give a spell to Dakota Shaw. Carter Brown is also in at the end of the quarter. Cox will get the inbound pass from Lamberson. Lamberson will fire it up to Rohr. Rohr looks to go baseline, runs into some trouble, finds Cannon. Now Brown at the top of the key. Now back to Cox. Quickly to Showalter. Shakes off a defender, then right back to Cox. I thought Showalter was going to take that three, waiting for the defender to go by.
Yeah, just let him fly by, get a little settle dribble, and then go ahead and take the shot.
Brown with it, now back to Cox. Now to Showalter. Showalter gives back to Cox. Cox to Brown. Now to Lamberson in the right corner. Now back out to Brown, quickly to Cox. Now Rohr will come out, and Cannon will play in the paint. Showalter with it on the right side. Now Rohr has it on the left wing. Back out to Cox into Brown. And we're going to get a 3-second violation on the Bears.
The Bears just looked a little disheveled there on what they were trying to get done on the bottom there. I think trying to give Titus some opportunities outside the paint, but I think I'd be greedy and just leave him in there and lob the ball to him and see what he can come up with.
Delta will bring it up. Knapp will get it over to the timeline. Cross court to Gillen, who launches a three, no good. Showalter grabs the rebound. Will outlet to Cox. Cox will bring it up. 6:09 remaining here, second quarter. We're going to see Shaw check back in here in just a minute. Cox with it, now to Showalter, left wing. Back to Cox. Cox will work around the screen, put up a shot, 15-footer is good. 16-5, Bears lead.
Good offense there by Evan Cox. Nice job attacking the gap in the zone on the ball movement. Confident pull up at the elbow.
Knapp will get it over. Now they get it down low to Stickney. It's knocked out of bounds, or is it? Nope, it's saved. Cannon Lamberson will bring it up quickly, and he will just take it to the wing and give to Cox to set the offense. Brown will have it now on the right of the key. Brown has it.
Our spacing is good against this zone, but I'd like to see our shooters with their toes on the line, or at least in a spot where they could shoot the ball every time they catch it. It feels like our guards are catching 25 feet away, and they're not in a spot where they're ready to shoot a three.
Yep.
And then that's allowing Delta time to recover. We're moving the ball quickly. Let's be in spots where we can shoot it when we catch it.
Cox will turn that over as he traveled with the basketball, trying to go into the key there. Delta has it in the backcourt. Gillen, and it almost gets knocked out of bounds. Showalter playing good defense, and they got him buried. Knapp, and it's a turnover. Down to Martinez. Martinez pops. Good. Oh, they're going to say you get a charge. They're going to whistle Martinez for the charge.
No, I think he's just counting the bucket.
Okay.
Just counting the bucket.
It looked like a charge. That's going to be on Bryan Knapp. Thank you for setting me straight there. I was wondering. I didn't see much contact.
No, I didn't see it until
even for the foul. So Martinez got it and will go for one and makes that. So that'll open things up to 19-5, 5:08 remaining. We'll see now if Delta will try to stall the offense down 14.
I think we'll find out a lot about them if they do.
Okay, Gillen will have it. Right side to Ruppel. To Knapp, now across to Gillen. Gillen thought about a three, then back out to Knapp. Knapp will go right side to Ruppel. Now they'll go in the down low in the corner to Gillen. Give it underneath to Mazurowski, then back out to Knapp. Now back to Ruppel. Now back to Knapp. Knapp will launch a three. That is a good three. Nothing but net. And it's 19-8. Titus Rohr will be checking back in here next possession.
Second three for Delta, both of them from Knapp. That was what I was talking about for the Bears. He caught in an open spot, ready to shoot. The ball was in and out of his hands pretty quick.
Showalter has the basketball down low and will give out to Brown. Now they'll bounce pass into Cannon, who puts up a 15-footer, no good. Rebound knocked around, and Delta will come down with it after a good hustle from A.J. Martinez. Knapp will bring it up. Knapp goes left side to Ruppel. And they'll give to Gillen, now cross over to Knapp. Back up top of the key to Gillen. They'll feed it underneath to Stickley. Stickley will give out to Knapp, who launches a three, no good. Rebound will come down to Cannon Lamberson. 3:46 and counting, second quarter, 19-8. Martinez with the basketball.
Bears have been really good on the defensive boards. Delta's getting one shot at most. I don't know that they've got an offensive rebound yet.
Brown with the basketball now. Now back out to Martinez. You're right, though. Bears have been very good on the defensive end.
There, AJ being a spot where you can shoot when you catch that.
Shot is up and good for AJ Martinez.
AJ getting a little bit of offense going here in the second quarter. 5 quick ones for him.
3:16 and counting, 21-8. Bears lead. Ruppel will get it over the timeline. Now they'll double team him right on that B on the other side. And we're going to get a jump ball. And that'll be staying right here with Delta. Unless the...
Should be Delta ball. Bears got it at the quarter.
And we're going to... Okay, so there we got it figured out. Craig Jackson does check in, so that's good news to have him back.
I watch a lot of junior high basketball. That happens all the time.
And you know, as a player, you go over and get the ball if they're going to give it to you.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Ruppel with it. He'll work around a screen, then give to Gillen. Gillen will hand to Knapp. Knapp will work around a screen, has his feet on the three-point arc, and give back out to Gillen. Gillen cross-courts it to Ruppel. Ruppel works around, then back to Gillen. Gillen launches a three, no good. Rebound comes down, and that is Jackson that gets that one. He'll outlet quickly to Martinez. Martinez comes down. Best pass to Rohr, up and good for the layup. 23-8. Titus Rohr with 6 points now. And that's exactly what you want if you're the Bryan Golden Bears.
Great to see Craig Jackson back on the floor. Nice rebound, good outlet. He started the transition there.
Shot is missed by Delta, and the Bears will have it back the other way with Martinez. Again, one shot as the Bears playing well on the defensive boards. Jackson with it right side. Now to Martinez, top of the key. He stops, pops, puts it up, and good. And we're going to get the basket and the foul. That gives Martinez 7 on the night with a chance for 8. Checking into the game is Chase Stickley for Delta.
And he's gone both ways. From the top of the key, went to the right elbow once, to the left elbow that time. Great use of the ball fake and attacking the gaps in the zone.
That one is up and good. So make it 26-8. 2:10 remaining here, second quarter. Delta with the basketball. They'll get it up quickly. Reisner with it. We'll be just dribbling around, working against Dakota Shaw.
That's about a 5 call right there. It is.
Yeah. So Shaw did a really nice job trying to play on that. And it'll be Bears basketball, under 2 to play here, second quarter.
Love a good 5-second call and some tight man-to-man. Means you're moving your feet, not keeping the ball in front. Nice job defensively there by Dakota Shaw.
And no contact. He did it all without any contact.
Off.
Yep. Absolutely. Martinez with it. He steps inside the three-point arc, puts it up and good. AJ
found his spot right there.
10 points, and it's another Delta timeout. We're going to keep it right here just to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Those include Bryan Ford Lincoln, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Veteran Services, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Jason Deach Collision and Customs, Northwest State Community College, Grim Paints, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, and Krill Funeral Service. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold, and we are up top, and they fixed your name, Bryan, and we've got Bernie Sanders joining us up here.
Of course. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere, so why not? Why not have him here? So thanks so much for joining us. And it's a 20-point lead for the Bears with 1:45 remaining here.
Feels a lot like last Friday night, and the Bears have been able to flip the script. They're on the right side of this right now. So now it's just keep your intensity up, keep doing good things offensively. Great hands by
Dakota Shaw just stole that one away. Coming the other way, Martinez up and good. Martinez with 12 now. And I got to tell you, twice now coming out of timeouts, Delta's turned the ball over, and as a coach, you cannot be happy with that at all. And Shaw steals it back again. Craig Jackson with it. Jackson lays it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, though, and then it's stolen away, and we're going to say he's going to be on the line. Jackson had a good look. It just didn't fall for him. And that's really the first shot that's been a good look that didn't fall.
Yeah. First competitive bucket he's attempted in a while. He probably felt some butterflies. I don't care what the score is.
Tall inbound to Titus Rohr, who launches a three. It's off front iron. Rebound is Martinez. Martinez will dribble in, wait for some traffic to pass, then back out to Brown. And now the Bears will reset with 1:12 remaining here, second quarter. Martinez has it. He'll go left side. Gives to Rohr, and we're going to get another 3-second call. They're going to say Dakota Shaw was in there too long. 1:05 remaining. 30-8 Bears. Inbound
really one of the few mistakes the Bears have made. A couple of 3-second calls trying to figure out where they want to be against the bottom of that zone.
Rupel with the basketball. He will give over to Reisner. Reisner gives up top of the key.
Here's the Bears in some man-to-man. I like to see this. Pick up the intensity a little bit. Force Delta to do something with the basketball.
Delta goes baseline, and just the shot got blocked, and he hit the deck. That was Rupel. And now Brown will give it up here. 35 seconds and counting here, second quarter. They're going to hold for one.
Yeah, that was a tough spot. The Delta player got himself stuck down underneath the hoop, kind of underneath, right underneath, and he had between Jackson and Rohr. You're not going to come out of that very good.
Bears playing Delta's mode here just to kill this clock here in the second quarter with a 22-point lead. Martinez will feed underneath to Rohr, then back out. Craig Jackson launches a three. That's going to be deflected, and then it'll go off Rohr and stay with Delta. They'll have 5.1 to do it. Jackson's shot was just deflected. It just laid flat, basically.
He hoped so.
Yeah, I think it was deflected.
Somebody might have opened the door over on that side of the draft or something. It's all right. So I'm just glad to see that kid back on the floor.
Three-ball launch, no good. And at the end of the first half, it's Bears 30, Panthers 8 on the main stop scoreboard. Back after this with the BMU Cable and High Speed Internet halftime show on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always. At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your four wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan. The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Imagine owning a newer home with 5 private acres, nearly 3,000 square feet of living space, plus a finished basement, a pole barn, covered porch, and more. Now stop imagining and call the AmeriMade Realty team and ask about 4657 Rosedale Road in Hicksville. This incredible 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home is available for sale and located in the Central Local School District. Phone AmeriMade Realty today at 636-7653. 636 sold. AmeriMade Realty, your hometown real estate.
Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. We know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow, so we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning.
I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Starks Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Contact Rick Taylor Insurance Agency of Bryan for more information today.
And back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, now Bernie Sanders is in the crowd, and I just don't know how he's related to a player, but he's here, and it must be cold in here. He's got the mittens on and everything.
Must have got in on a Delta player because he doesn't look very happy with how that first half went.
Absolutely, and now he's in the band with them. So yeah, there you go. 30-8, the Bears lead here at halftime, and wow. Much like we thought this game would be, Delta tried to stall and do things there, and the Bears able to get offensively some points, and just a good half overall for the Golden Bears.
It was, and that one feels good after the way the last few have gone. We talked about a 6-game losing streak coming into this, some really tough losses where they had leads late. Offense looked good. You know, we've got a size advantage, and we took advantage of that with Titus. When we've got some guys that have knocked down some shots to the outside between Evan Cox and A.J. Martinez. Caden Lamberson's knocked down a 3, so we've done a lot of good things offensively that we can feel good about.
And defensively, they've done a nice job against Delta, limiting them to one shot per possession.
We've kept them away from penetration. That was one thing that really hurt us last Friday against Archbold, of giving up a lot of penetration in the gaps. We've not given that up. We've given up, I think Delta has shot 7 threes. They've only shot 4 twos. So we've been keeping them pretty much out. Like, again, size advantage. They're not going to come inside a lot, and we've not given them any second chances when they've taken those shots. When they've missed, we've gone and boarded.
Really, I think there was only one defensive miscue, and that was on an inbound where a guy got behind the zone for the Bears. They lost track of him, and he got a shot literally right under the basket. And yeah. I think other than that, they've played a masterful defensive game.
Yeah, the other ones have been 2 threes that Briar Knapp's knocked down, and one of them we were rotating to as he shot it. I mean, guys are going to make that shot. So we've given up 8 points, and you can probably guarantee that what you just said has been the focal point of the halftime talk, to how we gave up one easy bucket there out of 8 points. If we know coaches, the one thing we know is they're going to remember that one. But wow, to hold a team to single digits in the first half is impressive no matter who you're playing.
Absolutely. Let's run through some of those stats, and it'll be very quickly on the Delta side.
The Delta side is not real good for the Panthers. Like I said, they're They've got 3 makes on the half. 2 of those are threes from Briar Knapp, and he leads the team with 6. And then Nolan Reisner's got the other bucket to get them to their total of 8. They haven't shot any free throws, and they are 2 of 9 from 3 right now. They had 11 turnovers. They had trouble hanging on to the basketball. We did a nice job forcing some issues there. On Bryan's side of the ledger, A.J. Martinez is leading the way with 12. He had all 12 of those in the second quarter, and he was doing a great job pulling up off the dribble at both elbows, knocked down some nice jumpers. Evan Cox has 7 points. He hit a 3 for us in the first quarter. He's looked pretty comfortable out there tonight. Then we've got Titus with 6, and Cannon Lamberson has 5. He's got our other 3-pointer. We are really shooting the ball well. Right now, I've got us 12 for 23 for the first half, so shooting over 50% from the field. Just 2 of 6 from 3, but like I said, overall we've shot, but we've got a lot of shots in the paint. We've been shooting from some good places, so that's helping the percentages. And then from the free throw line right now, there haven't been a lot of free throws shot. We've shot the 3 in the game, and we are 2 of 3. Both of those are A.J. Martinez. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
Those were on and ones. Both
on and ones. Yeah, and there were not a lot of fouls called. There were only 4 total fouls called in the first half.
Yeah, you got to like that. Well, anyhow, we are in the BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet halftime show. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second half action for you here on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
Remind me at some point.
This, Mr. Stanton, is the Ford F-150. It is the all-time best-selling truck in history of the world. Recently intercepted engineering designs show that it, the new Ford Mach-E, and the Ford Bronco are about to cause dramatic changes to the transportation industry. Your mission, if you and your team choose to accept it, is to expose these revolutionary vehicles to the world. This message will self-destruct you.
Are you interested in a bachelor's degree? Did you know you can get your start at Northwest State, save thousands on tuition, and get your credits transferred to the 4-year school of your choice? For more information on the NSCC Bachelor's Bound Pathway, contact our advising center today or stop by. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters invites you to become Bryan Strong. In the past 3 years, the Bryan Athletic Booster Board of Directors has purchased new women's basketball uniforms, new football uniforms, and the Athletic Wall of Fame you can see in the hallway next to the gymnasium at Bryan High School. They have also made donations to the Bryan Soccer Association for the Lighting Project and the Bryan Swim and Dive teams to offset the cost of YMCA diving board and pool equipment. With your contributions, we can accomplish even more. Become a Bryan Strong corporate patron today. Go Bears!
Krill Funeral Service We Know Family is a broad term. A family member comes in all sizes and shapes. They can also be fluffy with 4 legs and a tail, but they're all part of your family. They can go on vacations with us, they're at the center of the parties, and often they're the ones that are there during the toughest of times. When the time comes to say goodbye to those very special family members, we at Krill Funeral Services are here with an environmentally friendly choice for aftercare. Krill Funeral Services, we're here for your entire family.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
10:30 Delta 8. Thanks so much for joining us on BryanSports.com, BMU Channel 3, and WQCT Bryan. It'll be Bryan basketball to start the half here. Holding Delta to just 8 points in the first half has been a good situation for the Bears, and Cannon Lamberson will inbound to A.J. Martinez, who has 12, leading the Bears tonight. Martinez will give back to Kit Lamberson, top of the key. Now they'll bounce past to Cox. Cox will feed it underneath to Dakota Shaw, then back out to Martinez, who puts up a shot, no good. Rebound will come down to Delta. A nice move there by James Ruppel to be able to hold his foot without traveling. They'll get it down quickly. 3 ball in the air for Gillen, and it's good. That's 3 for him, right? No, that's his first.
His first.
Now Delta having pressure. Bears will get it down. Cox will bring it up, put up a layup, and no good. Rebound knocked around, and Dakota Shaw comes up strong and puts it up and in. 32-11.
Great offensive rebound. Nice finish there by Dakota Shaw. Good push by Evan Cox.
Delta is getting a little bit more aggressive here on the offensive end, and now, just as I say that, they slow it down.
That was just wishful thinking.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure what happened that first possession.
They were fast.
I liked it. They had to like it. You're down. Let's push it a little bit and play some basketball.
Gillen with it. He'll give to Reisner. Reisner at the top of the key working against Shaw. Underneath to Stickley. Now back out. 3 ball in the air. Good again for Gillen. So 6 points here for Gillen, and it's 32-14.
And Bears see a little pressure out of Delta now. Nice job handling it, breaking it. Good job getting to the middle.
Martinez will go over to Shaw, who puts it up and in with the layup. That was a nice look there.
That was. Great feed by AJ, and Dakota Shaw just went high riser right there, made sure that there was nobody going to contest him.
And now Shaw will get a foul. Looked like he had his feet set, and Reisner ran into him, but
I think he agrees with you.
So it'll be baseline here. Yep.
Little bump.
Baseline here for Delta. They get it quickly. 3 ball in the air the other way. No good. That's an air ball for Gillen. And Titus Roy will get the rebound down.
A heat check's a heat check. You got to find out. Nothing wrong with that. They need the buckets. Got to keep taking shots.
Martinez with it. They gave it into Titus and then right back out. Now Cannon has it. Cannon will bounce over to Martinez, who will fire it into Titus. It gets tipped around. Shaw will end up with it, then dish it back out to Lamberson. Lamberson sets, pops a 3, no good. Rebound knocked around, and we're going to get a foul. I think we're going to get a foul for Delta on Brian Knapp.
For Delta, yeah.
And Knapp was surrounded by both Titus Rohr and Dakota Shaw.
It looked like he was just watching us rebound that, and I thought AJ might have fouled Dakota, but he's got a lot better angle than I do from up here.
They get it into Titus Rohr. Rohr will give to Martinez, now cross to Cox. Cox under to Shaw. Shaw gets triple team, then back out to Cox, who sets, pops a 3. No good. Rebound to Shaw again. Now Martinez will launch a 3, and that is good after the bounce off the front of the rim. 37-14, 5:38 and counting, third quarter.
Some really good inside-out offense. Dakota got triple teamed out there, got it back to Cox for a good shot, and another good offensive rebound by the Bears.
Yeah, I thought that offense looked really good that time down, and we're going to get a foul on A.J. Martinez with the block. Checking into the game is Nick Mazurowski for Delta. Sitting down will be Brian Knapp.
A couple nickel dimers here to start the half.
Yeah, after only having 2 fouls the whole first half, we have 3 early on here with just 2.5 minutes gone. Delta brings it up.
But I've said that a lot of years as AD and then just watching a lot of high school basketball. I don't mind them calling some fouls if it's going to open things up offensively and we see some points get scored. These kids work hard and they want to play. It's supposed to be a fun game where you see some points. So if that's what you're going for as an official, that's fine.
Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Bears, so Delta will inbound. Ruppel will have it. Feeds underneath. Stickney will give it back out. Now shot is blocked by Ruppel. I think that was a block, right?
It won't. Either that or he got a lot of forearms, so I think that's the right call, keeping it here.
So Ruppel will inbound again. Standing on that N in the baseline there. Looking for somebody, throws it up quickly, and catching it is Reisner. Reisner comes all the way in. Looked like he tried with a basketball, but he gave it to Stickley.
Maybe.
Yep. So Stickley mixed it in. So 37-16.
First bucket for the senior, who's averaging 6 for Delta.
And we're going to get a charge foul on Titus Rohr as he comes in. Goes right over the Delta player. So that'll be his second.
2 minds were made up right away about the 3-point line there. Titus made up he was going, and that kid decided he was going to stay on the tracks, and he got rewarded for it. at least on the scoreboard. I don't know how he's going to feel about that decision in the morning.
Absolutely. 3 ball in the air again Gillen. So 9 now for Bryce Gillen.
9 on 3 threes this quarter. Working hard to bring his boys back.
They get it over the timeline to Titus Rohr. Rohr will go cross court to Martinez, now to Cox. Cox will feed underneath to Titus Rohr. Rohr gets triple teamed, trying to give it to somebody else, and he basically threw it to Delta, so that's not a good turnover for Bryan. They give it quickly. Now Gillen again launches a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Martinez. Martinez will push it. Waits for traffic to clear. Coach is going to take a 30-second timeout.
Good time out there for Coach Fisher. Get things settled just a little.
4:10 remaining here, third quarter. 37-19. Bears back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
We know in life that we take time to celebrate life events. We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
We are often very busy, but we encourage families to slow down, take time to gather together, and celebrate the impact their loved one had on their life. Allow us to work with you when the need arises to create a personalized and meaningful service. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always...
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 4:10 remaining here, third quarter. Bears lead is 37-19, but the story of the second half has got to be Bryce Gillen, who has 3 threes for 9 points. A total of 11.
And he's attempted 5. That's about as much as they had attempted early, maybe even early into the second quarter. They hadn't attempted 5 shots. So the tempo's picked up. The Bears went to man, changed the defensive or the Delta approach a little bit offensively. 11-7 spurt here for Delta to start the half. We'll see how the Bears respond as the half ends. We're about halfway through it.
Here's the best part of that. He's shooting 17.5% from 3 otherwise for the season.
Hey, he's feeling it tonight. When you're hot, you're hot.
Rohr makes a bucket to bring the lead back to 20. Delta brings it up. Reisner with it will give over to Mazurowski. Now they feed underneath. Now they give back out to Gillen. Gillen takes a couple dribbles inside the arc, and then we'll give back out to Reisner. Reisner comes through the key, puts up a shot, and Dakota Shaw is going to get a foul. And he is not in agreement with that.
Yeah, I think I might be in agreement with him. I'm not too sure there.
So that's going to put at the line.
Yeah, he's calling it on the floor.
Out on the floor. So they'll bring everybody back. And Rupo will inbound underneath. They get it quickly in. Gillen dribbles in, makes it, and the foul. That's going to get Lamberson on that one. So they do get the bucket and the foul. Makes it 39-21 with 1 coming from Bryce Gillen. He shoots 65% from the line generally. That one's good. Cannon Lamberson looked over to the official for an explanation, which he got.
And Bryce Gillen has just decided that he's going to do everything he can to get the Panthers back in this here. One-man wrecking crew right now.
12 points, and now going to get a foul on Nolan Reisner. And I know that one he would like back because it wasn't intentional at all. He just fell into Ethan Cox trying to get the basketball.
Wrong place at the wrong time there as the Bears work the ball to the middle.
So Lamberson will inbound on the baseline here. He's got the players lined up alongside. We're going to get a clarification here.
No, they gave the foul to the.
They gave the foul to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
So lining up across are Martinez, Rohr, Shaw, and Cox. They'll get it underneath to Shaw, who gives out to Martinez. Martinez will have it now. Goes
you talked
right side
in
to
the
Cox.
first half about this being like a 1-2-2 or a little bit. It's a little bit of like a 1-3-1 packed inside the lane almost, and then the back line morphs into what a 2-3 would look like.
Yeah, it is definitely a different look for Delta.
Don't really extend it out much. Those kind of shots are there.
Martinez misses that one. Cannon will get the rebound and put it up. No good. Rebound will come down to who else? Bryce Gillen. We've called his name a lot tonight. Quickly down. Now they cross court it to Gillen. Gillen stops, pops another one. No good. Rebound will come down to Martinez. Martinez will get it across the timeline, working fast. Gives underneath to Rohr. Rohr goes in, gets bumped, and we're going to get a foul. And the official talking to Titus. And
Yeah,
we'll
I
see
think Titus might have been a little too vocal there trying to help the official out.
That's going to be called on 24, Nolan Reisner. That'll be his second quickly.
A little frustration in that, getting chatty there on Titus's part. And we've said it before, every time he touches the ball, it's 4, 6, sometimes 8 hands all over him.
Yep.
You know, that gets you frustrated in a hurry.
Martinez will launch a 3 off the inbound and bury it, 42-22.
2 for him, 2 threes for him this quarter.
18.
AJ shot it with a lot of confidence tonight.
18 for Martinez. Delta will bring it the other way with Knapp. Knapp will work with Rupel. Rupel will give to Mazurowski. Now back to Knapp. Knapp top of the key, will give to Gillen, launches another 3 and buries it. He is having a career night. 15 points for Bryce Gillen.
All in this quarter.
Yep. Quickly down to Rohr. Over the timeline, Rohr loses the basketball, picks it up, gives to Shaw, and we're going to get a foul as running into him was James Rupel. So that's the 4th team foul, first one for Rupel. And we got a couple checking in. Braden Showalter checks in, as does Keith Heward.
A couple seniors on the floor. That's good to see. It almost feels like we've watched 2 different games. This second half has been completely different.
15-footer for Rohr is a miss off the inbound. It'll go to Delta as the rebound gets knocked out of bounds.
I don't know how that was even possible. Lee swung towards the floor and Green swung towards the wall. But that's not surprising considering where that source is.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of interesting calls out of this particular official.
Yeah.
Knocked away by Cox as Delta was looking to get an inside shot, and he just took it away.
I'll tell you what's also been a big difference. Delta had 11 turnovers in the first half. That's their first of the second half.
Looking to give it to Heward underneath, and they're going to say it went off of Heward and go right back to Delta. So sloppy basketball here just in the last couple minutes or so, but Bears so far have been able to stay in place. Another 3 ball is no good, and that time they're going to get a foul. I think the foul might be on the rebound though, and I think it may be on Delta.
I think they're calling that on.
Oh, they are going to call it
on Heward, on Keith Heward.
Okay.
A little shove there, I think, when the ball was in the air.
Problem is it's 16 fouls for the Bears, so you don't want to get these guys making points with the clock off.
Yeah.
Inbound, 3 ball again, no good. Rebound comes down. That was Gillen again. Lamberson with a strong rebound he'll give to Cox.
Yeah, 5 rebounds on the night for Cannon. He's been pretty active on the boards.
Over to Showalter on the wing. Big tall pass to Titus Rohr, now back out to Cox. Bears will reset, and now they're going to play a little bit of Delta's game, slowing things down just a little bit. Cox works around a screen, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down, and Titus Rohr will go back up with it. Count it, and the foul.
Now that's a good job there. Good board, and then get rewarded for working hard, finishing, and taking some contact.
James Rupel will get the next foul. Checking into the game is Nolan Reisner, as is Craig Jackson. Jackson will come in for Lamberson. 58 seconds to play here. Third quarter. Main stop scoreboard shows 44-25. Rohr's shot is good. Nothing but net. Delta's sticking around. They're not giving up. They've cut the lead down. And they're just on the back of Bryce Gillen. They quickly cross-court it to Reisner. Now he'll get it back.
It's picked up the rest of the Panthers too. They're all playing a little better step, playing a little harder. When you see the ball go through the net, it's you play a little bit harder.
Great rebound there by Craig Jackson on the defensive end. 30 seconds to play, third quarter. Delta will come out to defend Cox. Showalter with it, now back to Cox. Cox looking for someone to throw it to. He gets to Rohr, and then right back out to Cox. So they're bringing that pressure out.
Yeah, extended the top of that zone out a little bit more than what they were doing. I like the mix. This is back to more of a 2-3 where they're trying to match. versus what they were doing before. It gives you a different look out of the zone a couple of times.
Bears don't get a shot off. Showalter falls out of bounds. And the end of the third quarter of play, the main stop scoreboard shows 45-25 Bears. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
If you have a do-it-yourself painting job that really matters, you need professional-grade PPG paint from Grimm Paint Supply, located just north of Bryan at the intersection of County Road G and County Road 15. Whether it's interior, exterior, deck or barn paint, industry alkyds, and durethane, Grimm Paint Supply has everything you need, including brushes, rollers, and trays, and can mix your specific color right there on the spot. When you use a professional-grade paint, it may cost a couple bucks more up front, but it will keep you off the ladder and end up saving you money in the long term. If the paint job really counts, call Grimm Paint Supply, 419-633-4979.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight. Bryan Ford Lincoln, Veteran Services of Williams County, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Grimm Paints, BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, Curl Funeral Service, and Northwest State Community College. Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold with you. 45-25, Bears lead over the Panthers of Delta. Delta will get the ball to start the fourth quarter, but let's talk about the play of Bryce Gillen, who came into the game shooting 17% from three, but he has lit that up tonight.
4 big threes.
Yeah.
He was probably 4 for 9, 4 for 10 in the quarter. And he had his 15 points in the quarter. And great quarter for Delta. Outscored the Bears 17-15, only turned it over one time after 11 turnovers in the first half. And after all that work, they cut the deficit to 20.
Another three in the air, and Bryce Gillen makes it again. And so now Delta is 45-28 down. Bears trying to get it over the timeline. They get it to Shaw. Now back to Lamberson. Nice move. Lamberson stops, puts up a shot, count it, and the foul. Nice heads-up play by Lamberson to go straight to the basket and draw the contact and make the bucket. He has 7 on the night, looking for point number 8, and the foul is on Nolan Reisner, who has 3. 16 fouls either way.
Nice job breaking the pressure there by the Bears, and a good find from Dakota Shaw, seeing Cannon cut towards the hoop.
Rebound is to Delta after the missed shot. They'll come the other way. And they put it in the hands of Gillen again, who launches another three. That one's short, but they get the putback from Chase Stickley.
One of their very first offensive rebounds of the night.
Cox with the basketball gets knocked away, and after the trap, Delta will get it back. And they'll give to Knapp. Knapp launches his own three. That's short. Rebound will come down to Shaw, and Delta trying to pull the ball away, and Dakota Shaw is frustrated because he's been fouled a couple of times and then not getting any calls there, but then he gets whistled for the exact same thing,
yep,
or less. So the Bears will get it off the alternating possession. Bounce pass, Cannon Lamberson. Now they get it across quickly to Craig Jackson. Jackson puts up a shot, and
great
good.
Work by the Bears again. Same job. Hit down the side, hit the cutter down the lane. Craig Jackson with a great finish.
49-30 on the main stop scoreboard. 6:44 fourth quarter remaining here. Bears lead Delta, and it gets knocked out of bounds. And it will stay with the Bears, and it went between the legs of Nolan Reisner.
Dakota Shaw playing a little bit of free safety back there.
Yeah.
Did enough just to flash in front of Reisner's eyes, took his eye off the ball and went out of bounds off of him.
We saw a little bit of that during football season, in fact.
Yeah.
Underneath, stolen away by Gillen.
Good rotation there defensively by the Panthers.
They'll give it to Gillen, who immediately launches another three. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Rohr, and Delta will quickly head back in the defense. They'll stop the pressure, and we're going to get a foul as
some hard contact
yeah, it was
there. Both players going
Knapp
for the ball.
and Shaw, and they're going to give the foul to Knapp. So that'll be 4 on him. James Rupert will check back in, as will AJ Martinez and Braden Showalter. That is a 7th-team foul for Delta, so that'll put Dakota Shaw at the line for the bonus. Let's see if Shaw can put these in here. First one is rattles home and good.
don't think we've seen Dakota shoot a lot of free throws this year.
No, I don't think
Looks
so either.
comfortable at the line.
Looking to extend the lead here. It's a 20-point lead right now.
Official having a little chat with a couple of the players down there on the lane.
Missed. Rebound comes down to Titus Rohr. People hit the deck. Rohr able to strong to put it up. Count it, and the foul. Titus Rohr will head to the line. 13 now for Rohr.
That's the advantage that he has tonight. He can go up and get the ball above everyone. That time he decided just to go strong right through the defender to the hoop.
Stickley will get the foul. Shaw's going to have a seat for Showalter. Bears lead is 22 now, trying to make it 23. It is good. 53-30 on the main stop scoreboard. 6:12 remaining in this game.
Quick 8 points out of the shoot there for the Bears to start the quarter.
Absolutely.
Some efficient offense, getting themselves to the line.
Underneath, shot is missed. That was Gillen, and then the rebound goes up, and we're going to get a foul. It looks like it's going to be on Showalter. It is. No, it's not. It's going to be on Cox. And so that'll put Stickley the line to shoot 2. The Bears just had their 7th team foul, so we're shooting every foul here on out. First one up by Stickley is good.
I feel like the first 2 offensive rebounds of the night for the Panthers, almost back-to-back possessions by Stickley. Nice job being active, finding some good position against the bottom of the D.
Next one is good as well. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Derek Sheridan. We'll see if it's going to be a full or a 30. Regardless, we'll take it with them. Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU. 53-32 Bears lead here, but I want to talk real quick about the Lady Bears. They had a big win against Delta the other night, including somebody by Addie Arnold. She had some threes there.
Yep, Addie had a good night last night, found some open spots early, ended up with 22, had 6 threes. Really, like I said, it helped when you see the ball go through. It makes everything easier. And I was really impressed with the girls last night in their defense. They held a good Delta team to 31 points. State-ranked team. They play St. Mary's tomorrow in a big game that'll have a lot of repercussions for the district and for tournament seeding. Got a couple big league games left, so excited for the girls. 2 losses against 2 state-ranked teams in Napoleon and Notre Dame Academy, so they've got a lot of good things going. Coach Grostein and his staff have been doing an excellent job with those kids.
They play away at St. Mary's?
They're home tomorrow afternoon here. We'll be on the Huddle system, so people will be able to stream it through the Bryan Athletics. Hopefully they can keep things rolling. This will be another good measurement for them, the kind of games you want to play this time of year.
Braden Showalter was fouled going up for a shot, so he'll have a shot here. First one is no good. Rebound will come down to Delta. Quickly, Reisner will bring it down. They'll find Gillen. Gillen got a double team. After you make that many shots, you start to draw some people. 3 ball in the air the other way is no good for James Ruppel, and we're going to get a foul on Delta, I believe. Yep, it's going to be on, that'll be on Reisner. That'll be his 4th. That's the 10th team foul, which means the Bears will be shooting 2 here. And Braden Showalter was the person that got fouled, so he'll have 2 here.
Nice rebound there by Braden Showalter, and good job securing the ball. They've started to try to grab and steal balls away to get some extra possessions. Yeah, 2 shots here in the double bonus for the Bears.
First one is up from Martinez, and it is good. 54-32, 5:36 remaining here, 4th quarter. Bears looking to continue to extend the lead. Great 3rd quarter for Delta. This one is up and good as well. Martinez, 2 shots from the line, both good, and it's 55-32.
You talk about that, a great third quarter. For a team that's averaging 27 points a game, they scored 17 in the third quarter.
After scoring 8 in the first half, meanwhile.
Yeah, a little bit of fool's gold because it was 15 from the same player, but still, I mean, it's good offense.
Bears will get the rebound after the missed Delta shot. It'll go out of bounds. Keith Heward will check back into the game, but the Bears will retain possession after it was knocked out by Delta. Brown will inbound on the sideline here. He gets it in to Showalter. Showalter stops, back out to Brown. Now Brown will try to drive, stop, back out to Showalter. Showalter is double teamed. He finds Brown, then they cross court it underneath now to Heward. Heward will put up a shot, no good, and there's going to be a foul. Let's see if it's on the rebound or on the shot. That'll be on Rupel. That'll be his 4th. So Delta now with 3 people in the game right now with 4 fouls apiece.
Good strong move there by Keith Heward. Good feed. That ball movement was great. Nice diagonal through. Great bounce pass entry and a good offensive rebound there by Titus Rohr. I've got it for at least 7 boards at this point.
First free throw is off the front iron for Titus. Next one is up and good. So that makes it 56-32. Is this the biggest lead for the Bears at 24? I think so.
Yep. Yes, it is. 22 at the half. Excuse me, and then Delta came out and made a couple of threes right away to cut into it.
Rupel with the basketball. He'll give over to Knapp. Now back to Rupel. Bears in that zone defense, that 2-3. They are coming out and guarding the ball, which is something Coach said that in the pregame that he definitely wanted to see. Now they cross court it. Gillen with it. Now cross court back again. 3 ball in the air is no good. Rebound will come down to Showalter. No, that was Craig Jackson rather. Jackson will bring it down quickly, then give to Showalter. Showalter to Brown. Brown will get double teamed out here. They're looking to try to get some fouls or extend this game just a little bit. Brown still double teamed, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Fisher. It is going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them with a 56-32 score for the Bears. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
It's pretty obvious that there is a huge inventory of trailers at Jason Dietz Trailer Sales in Edgerton. But what you can't see is how many parts they have available. Axles, brakes, doors, fenders, hitches, hinges, electrical, lighting, suspensions, tie-downs, toolboxes, tires, and wheels. If it's a part you need for your trailer, you can get it online or in person at Jason Dietz Trailer Sales on the east side of Edgerton.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 4:19 remaining fourth quarter, 56-32. Bears lead over the Panthers of Delta. Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold with you. Brown will inbound for the Bears to Showalter. Showalter feeds underneath to Jackson. Jackson puts it up with the right hand, up and good. Good to get Craig Jackson back, and he has 4 on the night. Delta will bring it up very quickly to Knapp.
Nice jumper there by Craig. Good find by A.J. Martinez off the penetration.
Rupel will give over to Gillen. Gillen will cross court. It's stolen away by Jackson. Jackson will come the other way, 2-on-1. Puts up a shot. Count it. None. Oh, foul.
Nice ball fake there. Got the defender to move his head a little bit. Nice finish by Craig.
So Jackson will head to line. The foul is going to be on James Rupel. That'll be his 5th foul. So he will check out of the game for the last time, and Nick Mazurowski will come back in. We're also going to see Dylan Dominic check in for the Bears.
I believe that might be the first player I've seen foul out of a game this year.
I think you might be right. Jackson will hit the basketball, unless you're talking about junior high, in which case I've seen that a couple of times.
Boys and girls varsity game.
Yep.
I've not seen it in too many junior high girls games, I can tell you that much.
So Delta with the basketball. It's Knapp with it. Now they'll give in the corner to Reisner. Now back around. Knapp with it. Knapp launches a three. It is no good. Rebound comes down to Heward. And Delta will back off. So Bears will bring it up. Brown with it. Bounce pass over to Showalter. Now Showalter is double teamed. Tries to work through it. Keeps his feet and then falls down, has the ball. Heward will pick it up. Quickly down to Jackson. Jackson stops, pops, no good. Rebound knocked around, and it'll go out of bounds. Dylan Dominic gave chase, but it will go to Delta.
Not a good hustle out there, good scramble. And I like the Delta kids' effort. They're not looking at the scoreboard. They're still coming out trying to trap the ball, playing hard all the way to the end. And we said it, they've got a couple seniors that are playing a lot of minutes, and then after that it's sophomores and youngsters, no juniors on the roster. So they've got some kids out here that are going to play a lot of varsity basketball. So finish things the right way.
Three ball, long three in the air, and it actually goes in and out. Rebound will come back and be counted as Chase Stickley. After Knapp missed the three, he came in, put the putback in, and at 61-34, he will shoot one. I just figured out who this official looks like. This far official looks like, I don't know if you ever watched a show called Life in Pieces on CBS, but he looks like one of the main characters big time.
We'll just assume that's a compliment to him too.
And then, I don't know, this one official seems to be talking to all the different players. I don't know what he's trying to settle things down.
Or conferences on the lane.
And they're going to send him out.
Maybe the player's bleeding.
Oh, he's bleeding.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's bleeding.
Yep. So checking in is going to be, I believe this is 22 as Maverick Mercer. They've got some different numbers on the screen, or the roster.
I would like to know what the conversation was before he told him he had to leave with Bellotta. Maybe he was giving him a say in it, I don't know.
So Caden Minigan is going to check in. This is Stickley, who misses the shot. Rebound knocked out of bounds on Delta, and it will stay. Keith Heward was in pursuit, but got knocked out quickly. Dylan Dominic will inbound on the baseline.
You know, Nick Mazurowski, number 13 down there, when I was at Defiance College and played football there, his dad was a couple years older than me, was a linebacker there. Great guy. He was just one of the best. He was a guy I thought was a mentor the whole time, and I've watched Nick play football now and watched him play basketball. I don't know that he's been graced with a lot of God-given ability, but boy, does he play hard. I like it. A lot of kids will be successful. They play with the kind of effort he does.
And that's what you're looking for as a coach, is that effort.
And that's why That's why he's played varsity sports. He battles every time he's on a field or on a court.
Heward misses the shot, comes the other way, and Bryce Gillen makes another shot. He now has 21 on the night. 61-37.
Yeah, career night for him. That's 6 threes he's knocked down. I don't know what Delta's record is.
Minute 55 and counting. Bears in control of this one, 61-37. They're just moving the basketball around. Showalter with the basketball, give to Heward, then back out to Jackson, who misses the ball but able to recover. Jackson bounce pass to Brown, and Bears just looking to kind of end this game. Over to Showalter, who launches a three, buried it.
There we go.
Oh, Showalter now with 5, 64-37. Other way, again for Gillen. That's the 7th three. That is unbelievable. He has 24 of their 40, all in the second half.
There you go. Addie Arnold thought she was special making 6 last night. This kid said, how about this? I got one more for you.
We still got a minute to play. He may have a couple more in him.
Brown know their record, but I hope he's got it.
Underneath to Dominic, loses the basketball as Delta had 2 around him. 52 seconds to play. They'll bring it down quickly. 3 ball in the air by Knapp is no good. Rebound comes down to Dominic. Dominic will give to Showalter. We go under 40 seconds to play. 64-40. Coming up after the game.
Still extending, still coming out, putting a little pressure on the ball.
Coming up after the game, we're going to talk to Coach Fisher and see what he has to say about this win. Showalter comes in, puts up a shot, good shot, tough shot.
Tough shot.
Yep, and 20 seconds to play. 66-40 on the main stop scoreboard. Delta still moving the basketball. And Gillen with it. 6 seconds. Feed it underneath. Shot up by Mazeroski is missed. And that'll be the ball game as the Golden Bears will win 66-40 over the Delta Panthers. We're going to take a timeout, head into the Oberlin-Tombo postgame show. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
We know in life that we take time to celebrate life events. We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
We are often very busy, but we encourage families to slow down, take time to gather together, and celebrate the impact their loved one had on their life. Allow us to work with you when the need arises to create a personalized and meaningful service. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always here when you...
This, Mr. Stanton, is the Ford F-150. It is the all-time best-selling truck in history of the world. Recently intercepted engineering designs show that it, the new Ford Mach-E, and the Ford Bronco are about to cause dramatic changes to the transportation industry. Your mission, if you and your team choose to accept it, is to expose these revolutionary vehicles to the world. This message will self-destruct.
Are you interested in a bachelor's degree? Did you know you can get your start at Northwest State, save thousands on tuition, and get your credits transferred to the four-year school of your choice? For more information on the NSCC Bachelor's Bound Pathway, contact our advising center today or stop by. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. At Krill Funeral Service, we know family is a broad term. A family member comes in all sizes and shapes. They can also be fluffy with 4 legs and a tail, but they're all part of your family. They can go on vacations with us, they're at the center of the parties, and often they're the ones that are there during the toughest of times. When the time comes to say goodbye to those very special family members, we at Krill Funeral Services are here with an environmentally friendly choice for aftercare. Krill Funeral Services, we're here for your entire family.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malenga alongside Bryan Arnold, 66-40. The Bears defeat the Panthers of Delta. We're going to take a look at some stats as I head down to talk to Coach Fisher. So, Bryan, you can give the stats, and then we'll take it to break, and then hopefully we'll talk to Coach right after. So I'm going to turn it over to you for the stats on a good win for the Golden Bears at a 66-40.
Very good win for the Golden Bears tonight. Have to feel real good offensively about how things went, and then hope to build off of this from there. On the Golden Bears side of things, 66 total points scored by quarter, 11 in the first, 19 in the second, 15 in the third, and then 21 points in the fourth quarter. Golden Bears were led tonight by junior A.J. Martinez. A.J. had 2 threes, 2 for 2 from the line, total of 18 points. Following him was Titus Rohr. Titus was 3 of 4 from the line and had 6 field goals from 2-point range for 15. And then we had 4 Golden Bears with 7 points each. Braden Showalter had 7, had a 3 in there. Evan Cox had 7 with a 3 in there. Craig Jackson in his first action back, coming off the injury, had 7 points, including 1-1 from the free throw line. Kanan Lamberson had 7 points also for the Bears with a 3-pointer. Dakota Shaw rounded out the scoring for the Bears, had 5 points. They were 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 17 of 30 from 2-point range, and 5 of 12 from 3. So a really good shooting night, good night offensively overall for the Golden Bears. 10 total turnovers, did a nice job taking care of the ball all night long. On the Delta side, out of 40 points for the Delta Panthers, 24 came from Bryce Gillen. Career night for him, 7 3-pointers and a old-fashioned 3-point play to give him his 24, so 1 for 1 from the free throw line to go along with the 7 threes. He was followed by senior Chase Stickley. Chase did a nice job in the fourth quarter, 3 offensive rebounds. He had putbacks and some and ones. He ended up with 2 of 3 from the free throw line for 8 total points. Briar Knapp had 2 threes in the first half. He had 6 points for the Panthers, and Nolan Reisner had a bucket early on for 2, give them a total of 40. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They did not shoot great from the field. They did hoist a lot of 3-pointers. I've got them right now at 28 total 3-pointers attempted with their 9 made. So that was the total stats for both teams. The Bears really dominated on the boards and did a great job taking care of the ball. So Chris is with Coach Fisher on the floor now and ready to go.
All right, so thank you, Brian. Coach, good win tonight, 66-40 over Delta, and I just think you had some great contributions all along for the entire team.
Getting our inside-out passes that we've talked about. Titus did a heck of a job taking care of the ball, and really everybody did. I thought we got trying to get more people involved in the scoring. I think they did that tonight, and we got the passes from where we're supposed to instead of side to side all the time, so that was important.
One of the things that I was most impressed with, especially in the first half, was the fact that you limited them to 1 shot nearly every possession, and that's something that has kind of been a problem a little bit, but the Bears just on the defensive glass have had a great night.
Yeah, I think, Ken and Dakota, those are big time contributors down to that. On the wings of his own, it's hard to rebound, and they've got to really take that on, and they did. Titus got some big ones, but our guards really early in the year were struggling with that. They've gotten a lot better sticking their nose in there and competing. So, yeah, I think a couple guys hit some threes that we weren't expecting, and it was still at 8 points, so we were really happy about that, and we got some turnovers, but I give that 12 a lot of credit. I mean, he made 7 threes or something. I haven't seen many people do that in here, so especially not against the zone. So that was pretty impressive. And say we gave up 32 in the second half, which is a lot more than we're used to, but when somebody gets on fire like that, it's hard to stop.
Absolutely, and if they had some number issues with us as far as, I'm not sure it's the right guy, but if it's the guy that we think it is, he was coming into the game shooting 17% from 3.
Well, I know. We knew we could make a few of them, but we had it on the report to try and keep everybody outside, and a couple guys made it early, and you can see us on the bench going, what's going on? And that kid you got to give him credit. I mean, he got hot. So a couple of our guys got to do a little bit better job of knowing who to take when they've got the hot hand. But I thought we did well, being inside, kind of in the just flow of the offense a little bit. And it helps when AJ got a hot hand there going. Evan had one early, and we got some inside looks, which we haven't gotten all the way up till this week.
Yeah, absolutely. We got 2 players in double figures, AJ Martinez and Titus Rohr. It's nice to see Titus in double figures because usually those teams are really keying on him. But he had a height advantage tonight, which he used to his advantage.
Yeah, he does. We played a lot of teams that have somebody his size, and tonight we knew they were going to play zone. That kind of opens up the middle a little bit. They're really good at digging. They'll take 4 or 5 guys and get it out of there. I thought he did a nice job of not forcing it, trying to dribble into pressure and just getting rid of it and looking at the open spots. So that was really a huge testament to him to be willing to be that unselfish. He can get that. He knows he can score. There's 5 guys around you. It's hard to do no matter who you're playing or what you're going against. He did a nice job of getting rid of it quick, which is what we wanted to do.
Absolutely. 66-40, the final score. Now you guys will go play at Fairview tomorrow, and what do you look to from them?
They're really competitive. They got a lot of older kids coming back. They just compete. They do it in every sport, and they're going to be really athletic. The Zedek kid is pretty special. He's the kind of kid you love to coach, and he's tough. So we're going to have to be ready for their pressure. They do some 3-quarter pressure like we did tonight. So we're going to have to handle that. I thought we handled that better tonight. So hopefully that'll bleed over into tomorrow.
All right. Well, best of luck tomorrow. Congratulations on the win. 66-40. Good game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Coach Brandon Fisher, going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Bryan High School on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters invites you to become Bryan Strong. In the past 3 years, the Bryan Athletic Booster Board of Directors has purchase new women's basketball uniforms, new football uniforms, and the athletic wall of fame you can see in the hallway next to the gymnasium at Bryan High School. They have also made donations to the Bryan Soccer Association for the lighting project and the Bryan Swim and Dive teams to offset the cost of YMCA diving board and pool equipment. With your contributions, we can accomplish even more. Become a Bryan Strong corporate patron today. Go Bears!
I wanted to learn the skills to get ahead in my career, and thanks to Northwest State, I'm well on my way to a great job with a local company.
NSCC is my community's college.
Contact our advising center today or stop by.
Please.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I'm out of breath going up those stairs.
I'm glad it was you and not me.
66-40, the Bears win. Again, as you heard Coach Fisher say, playing Fairview tomorrow night. Good win tonight. Let's real quick talk about those Lady Bears, too.
Yeah, like I said earlier, really excited about how well the girls are playing, and state ranking in our girls basketball program is a big thing. Been super excited about it. And we've got, like tomorrow, St. Mary's is in our district. Go a long way. We played Napoleon already from our district, played them about as tough as anyone. You take away the first quarter, and who knows how that goes. So, you know, we got a couple of big league games left, but the kids are playing well. And the nice thing has been we've rallied since Reese Grodhouse's injury. You know, when you lose a really key part of your team like that, and you know, you can go a couple different directions, and our girls have rallied around. I think the chemistry in the group's been fantastic. You know, it just, as a parent, I get a different perspective of it, a different look, and I've been really, I'm happy my kid's a part of it just as much as anything else, because from the coaches on down, the program's solid right now. The kids like each other. They like playing together. And I think that's what's showing on the floor. We've got some talented kids, but we've got kids that are playing hard for one another. So hopefully tomorrow is it's going to be a good challenge. Hopefully it's something we rise to, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Absolutely. Want to take a moment to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight. Bryan, Ford, Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, Krill Funeral Service, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Grimm Pates and Veterans Services of Williams County. Final thoughts on this one?
Really happy to see the offense open up tonight. You know, and even with Delta scoring points, I know Coach is going to be unhappy about that, but I think when you really look at it, you've got one kid, and Coach Fisher said it right. When you have one kid that's just having a night like that, don't let anybody else kill you, and we didn't. We boarded everything defensively. You know, tip your hat to him, tell him great job, kid, career night tonight. It was kind of fun to watch it, but be more happy with where our offense was. Now let's roll that into tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Because he's right. You know, those Fairview likes to play Bryan. And those seniors, they didn't get a chance to play us in football, so this is going to be their chance to play Bryan this year. So they're going to be absolutely ready to play.
Absolutely. Want to thank our sponsors, our crew bringing you the game tonight, our directors, Eric Herman, our production assistant, Chris KB Bryce, our camera people, Tony Malenga, Shar Miller, and Donnie Miller. I want to thank our athletic department here at BHS, Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzmal, the BHS art department, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak, Ben Murray back at WQCT Radio, and also for Bernie Sanders for showing up, and he's sitting up here now. I mean,
appreciated his help all night.
It has been good. So if you want to order your DVD of this or any other BMU production, call 419-633-6137. Visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net and bryansports.com. This has been a production of BMU Video. This broadcast is copyrighted by BMU and the Board of Public Affairs for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without BMU's consent, is prohibited. One final time for Bryan Arnold, I am Chris Malenga. Final score tonight, it was Bryan 66, Delta 40. Have a great night, everybody.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.